Welcome, everyone, to Star Trek Online. I am Takeshi Yamato, joining our host, the Housecoat Gamer.
Yo.
Today, we are taking a look at one of the most infamous Romulan starships, the Scimitar Dreadnought Warbird.
As well as its counterparts, the Tuar and Falchion.
And the Falchion, and their Tier 6 versions, but we'll get to those. Start with the Scimitar. This thing, well, if you've seen Star Trek Nemesis, you know this thing.
It is the ship that nearly destroyed the Enterprise E. It is the thing that did the impossible and killed Data. Which is a controversial subject, which I'm not even going to touch. I'm just going to say, it happened. We all have to deal with it. None of us have to like it, but it happened.
Yeah. And this thing, more than just a dreadnought. This thing is more than a dreadnought. Primary and secondary shields. Its cloaking device was perfect. No way to pick it up. And its most horrifying feature was the Thalaron pulse generator,
which you can use in-game when you have the full Scimitar set, which allows you to fire when cloaked, have secondary shields.
Yes. And, as I said, the Thalaron pulse. It basically kills all organic matter. The Scimitar was the tactical version. The Tulwar is the science version. And the Falchion is the engineering version. I think Tulwar is the one most seen in Star Trek Online because I think this is the ship that the RRW Lisette is.
Yep, it's the same class. Lots of holes to try and make it look lighter.
Yeah.
Doesn't do a damn thing for that.
Yep. And then there's the other iconic one in the game, the Leval. Is that an actual Simi or a Falchion?
That's a Scimitar. Unless you count the bug, but we're not going to talk about that one.
Yeah. Alright, now we get into Tier 6. And again, each of these variants has a Tier 6 version.
Bit of a note before we go on. The original Scimitar was built by the Remans in secret. During the final days of the Dominion War. It took years to build the damn thing. With a little bit of help from the Tal Shiar, because Tal Shiar, they're not exactly stable at the best of times.
Yeah. Now, we have the Kopesh Tactical, the Shamshir Operations, and the Flambard Science. These things are all named after weapons.
The Kopesh is named after an Egyptian sickle sword. The Flambard after a rather flamboyant bastard sword. And yes, I'm using the term correctly. Bastard sword is typically a very large sword. Think the kind... You've watched Game of Thrones, think ice.
Right.
The Shamshir is named after a Scimitar.
Yeah. And I think the Tulwar and the Falchion also were weapon names.
Yep. All of them were named after Scimitars.
Yeah. And yeah, similar console layouts, just adding an extra one, and the Universal Lieutenant Commander. Well, there's a Universal. There's Universal Command slot.
These things are basically just reskins of the Adi and the Fortescue when it comes to console layout and bridge officer layout. But as you might have noticed from the Iridex This isn't the last version of the boat.
Yeah, it does have a legendary. The legendary scimitar Intel Dreadnought. Wait a minute, that's an adapted skin? That's Borgified.
Yep.
Oh, and I thought the Tal Shiar adapted battle cruiser was bad.
Who do you think made the damn thing?
Yeah, fair enough.
It has the intel powers of, well, an intel ship.
Yeah. Let's see. I see a commander and an engineering. I see a tactical and an engineering slot. Lieutenant commander, engineering command, commander, tactical intelligence. Everything else is universal. Ensign, lieutenant commander. Wow, this thing is
Adapted.
probably one of the most versatile designs I've seen without being a raider.
And the best part is, it's a scimitar. Now, as for the whole spiky bits thing, other than making it look like something created by the Chaos Gods, it looks very much like the Narada from Jar Jar, which was basically a Borg-adapted mining ship to begin with.
Yeah.
Lore for this thing is, there were dozens of wrecks, the remnants of the Tal Shiar, which simply refused to lay down and die already, took the wrecks and assimilated them.
Yeah.
Borg technology is very formidable.
Very formidable and also very insidious.
I mean, just look at the damn thing. You can't even tell this was a scimitar.
No, you can't.
I mean, most of the engineering section is gone. The only things giving you any hint of it is the general plan form.
Yeah.
I mean, it went on a diet, that's for sure.
Yeah. Alright.
This boat is worth getting, though. If only
Yeah.
for that final starship trait.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a
This-
predator.
Yeah. Next up, we get to Tier 6, and things start getting real fun.
And interesting.
Until then, Takeshi Yamato, signing out.